What's up, guys? It's Migs with Market Open. Let's go ahead and do the Market Open recap for this morning. A little bit better morning, up a little bit over $300 in about 45 minutes or so. So this morning I had my eye on IBM and LRCX. So if you guys noticed that all the trades that I took this morning are all shorts. So we actually had some decent shorts this morning. I know that IBM had gapped down from last night's scans in LRCX as well. So I knew that I was going to short them coming into this morning. And Juniper this morning had, I think it had been downgraded literally last minute, and it popped up at the top of the list for stocks that were on their way down this morning. So it was kind of a last minute short, and it didn't really quite work out. So that's actually the first trade I took this morning, right at 9:32. So like I'm always looking for, I'm looking for a failed short. So as you guys can see on here, it came down, it pulled back up. We always need a pullback. We always need a pullback. And then I took it right under this second candle here. So my short got filled at 23.71. My stop being up here at 24.03 or 24.04 really would it would have been. Let's see here. It came back down, and I actually ended up getting kicked out of Juniper right at 24.06 as it popped up and over this little sideways consolidation here. But you guys can see it actually ended up coming back down. It didn't really quite meet my target, so I didn't end up shorting it. Let's see here. Actually, no, I take that back because I actually did take another short on it. So low, and I believe I took another short somewhere here, 23.77. But I didn't. Actually, no, I take that back. It was the short was here. I didn't give it any wiggle room, and I only shorted about or risked about $50 or so. At one point, I was up $40, which is not really quite to my 1-to-1. I didn't want to take it. I was down here, and it actually ended up coming right back. So I didn't really quite reach my target, so I didn't take it. I ended up losing $1.25 on it on the way back up. I just put my stop loss at break even because if it didn't tank and go my way right away, I didn't want anything to do with it. So let me find that short real quick. Juniper. JNPR right here, 500 shares. 500 shares. My stop was, let's see here, 23.91. I got filled at 23.82. So right here. Yep. So I got filled right here with my stop right up here, and that's why I didn't really quite meet my 1-to-1 target there. And yeah, so I got kicked out of it right as it came back up right here in this candle. I just put stop loss break even. And only lost $1.25 extra on that. So my initial trade, I lost $141, and then $1.25 on the second one. So after two trades, I'm not allowed to trade it anymore, so I just kind of left it alone. So yeah, let's move on. Second trade here was IBM. IBM was gapping down on earnings, and to be honest, IBM is one of those big companies that usually people like to scoop up whenever it's cheap. But I was looking back on the yearly chart, and it actually does move. As surprising as IBM is with a float of 918 million, it actually surprisingly does move. So it came up here to a 152.68. Right now, the low is 149.59, so it kind of gives you a little bit of a range to play within to try and make some points out of it. So let's talk about the shorts I took on IBM, right at 9:32 as well. So right here under this candle, and also it's the 50-day moving average. So it was a little iffy. I would have taken a $200 risk if the 50-day moving average was not in that spot. So I actually only ended up taking a $100 risk. Shorted it right here at 154.03 is when I got filled. Let's see here, 154.03. Yeah, so down here, initially I wanted to get it up here at 152.13. and it didn't really quite get filled where I wanted to. But as you can see, it actually ended up tanking right afterwards, and I covered 150 shares right at 51.52, a little bit more than my. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, so I believe a little bit more than my 1-to-1. No, so around my 1-to-1, it's just the other 50 shares I actually wrote all the way down to 150.109 down here. So I ended up making a little bit over $100. Then the next trade that I took. Dang, sorry guys. Hold up, I got some water right here. All this pollen we're getting in Virginia right now. All right, next trade I took was on LRCX. Now the short on LRCX, I believe I took it on 1 minute here. So let's see here. It was at 9:34. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. All right, so I'm gonna guess it's probably here under the 198.50. No, actually I ended up taking it right under 198. So 198.76 is when I got filled right here in this candle. This also, same thing. It wasn't, only took $100 risk on that because the candles, it's relatively large spread and the candle was kind of iffy. So my stop was going to be up here at 201. So I took 125 shares short and got filled at 198.76 as I saw it failing this way. And let's see here. I believe I covered LRCX covered right at 197.33 down here. So near the bottom, actually. 197.33, and as I saw it coming back up, I covered at the rest of it at 197.44. Usually stop loss would have been break even, but I noticed that there is a major moving average here. So you'll notice that a lot of stocks will go under it, dip, and then they won't really quite continue, and they'll come back up. And so I kind of expect LRCX to end up closing above the major moving average. So I went ahead and took all the shares off. Made a little bit more, over $100 on that. Next trade I took, next trade on IBM. So now I saw IBM kind of coming up to VWAP and then just not going any higher. So what I did is I took a little bit of a chance. Instead of waiting for the next candle to make a new low, what I did is actually I ended up taking a chance on kind of filling up near VWAP and then putting my stop up here. So that's why I only took 100 shares at first. And then as I saw it fail, I took the next 100 shares. So I got filled right at 941. So right here in this candle up here. When I get filled at, I got filled at 151.30. And I was going to put my stop up here actually at the 152.30. So risking about $100. So it's way up here. Now, as I saw it fail, I went ahead and put in another 100 shares. So I got filled right at 151.01. And let's see here. My average cost ended up being 151.15. So I went ahead and filled 150 shares. 150 shares right at 150.66. So about another $75, $80 on that. And then filled the rest right at 150.49. So right here I saw these kind of bouncing, and I didn't really quite feel comfortable with it, so I went ahead and took it off. So then that's how I ended up with 231 on IBM. So that was 2 trades that I was correct on IBM. That was my fill on JNPR. Which one was that? Yeah, actually that's a short already covered. So 23.82 covered at 23.82. This is where I lost the $1.25 right here. All right, let's see here. Then last trade I took was relatively small share size. So I was already up in green on the day, and I want to stay green. So I took a $50, well, it was like $43 that I was risking basically on LRCX. Now, like I said a minute ago, I still did not trust LRCX. So definitely did not trust it. I expect it to close above this 199 mark. So I was going to take just my 1-to-1 near the major moving average and then just go ahead and sell off the rest of the thing because I don't expect it to keep trending down. Now, with that being said, I saw that LRCX here kept hitting its head on the 201 mark. And as it did, see, you can basically just mark this out as a consolidation going sideways. So here to here. And you can think that the stock is basically, the way that you can relate it is that the stock is basically just kind of moving up and down. It's cycling through, and people are just buying and selling. There's new buyers, there's new sellers coming in. And whichever way that it breaks, that's most likely the way that the stock is going to go. So I was expecting that in this consolidation, if it goes and it breaks below this certain point right here at 199.75, I was expecting it to kind of flush down real fast, maybe get my 1-to-1 and then go a little bit lower and then just start coming right back. So I was kind of right. This major moving average here is holding. People know that it's there. So there's a lot of investors that are coming into the stock that know that this is a cheap price to get into something like this. And I knew that it was going to come back up. So as you can tell, it cracked down right here. I got filled only 35 shares. I was only risking $43. I was already up $240 to $250 on a day or so. And so it cracked right here. I got filled right at 199.74, which is kind of surprising because that was actually my entry, and LRCX is a $200 stock. So you would expect it to get filled maybe 10-15 cents lower or so, but that didn't really quite happen. So I got a really good fill on that. Can't complain on that. Now, my target was down here, let's see here, near 198, 198.50 or so. And I actually ended up making the $40-something. And instead of taking a partial, it's a little ridiculous with only 35 shares. So I went ahead and took the whole thing. So that brought me up second trade on LRCX, up 215. And so now I'm up $304 on the day. Enough to cover yesterday's loss, so 2 for 1 this week so far. And also, I would like to point out something that I did a little different today. I did end up using the Colmex top 20 scanner. So this right here, it comes with the TradeNet funded account. It's part of it, so you can actually know what are the top stocks that are being traded in the NASDAQ and the NYSE. So I basically was only paying attention to the stocks near the top, basically the top 5. So gainers and losers, only top 5 basically. So as you can see, IBM, Juniper was on here. Don't think I took a long. I was looking at TXT, but it didn't really quite sell off or didn't really quite pull back correctly, and the market was actually starting to pull back a little bit. And let's see here, LRCX was also on here. But I knew that since yesterday that I was going to short LRCX since there was already so much volume in it. So that definitely helped me out, especially kind of figuring out where the mob is to be able to make sure to confirm those patterns. And because if a lot of people see the patterns, then you can expect a higher percentage of them working out. So did pretty good today, $300 in about 45 minutes or so, and that's the recap for today.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have not joined us yet on their Facebook group, make sure to do that. The link will be down in the description below, where I post my watch list for you guys every single day. Lastly, if you guys are curious on how I learn how to trade, I provided you guys with the discount code in the description. It comes with one-on-one mentoring, classes, and buying power, so make sure to take advantage of that. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.